Great morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. This is Austin here with you. This is Flashpoint. Your turnaround story starts here. And this is the Meet Me in the Morning segment. I have a great episode for you this morning. Stay with me. This is day number 27. We have 4 days left. For those of you tracking along, today's title, it might shock you. So I murdered my grandmother this morning. What the heck am I talking about? What does that even mean? And the second thing I want to talk to you about is this is a great time of year to reflect and strategize. What do you truly want to have happen? What do you want to create between now and the end of the year? The time couldn't be better to set an incredible, strong intention for you, for your family, for your career, for your big goals, for a new life direction, whatever that may be. It's a great time of year to do that. I want to welcome you in this morning. I'm going to ask you to give me a sound check. For those of you trekking along, I am a little bit ahead of schedule here this morning because I am up in Morris Plains, New Jersey. This beautiful park is up before the sun today and in this beautiful area. And ironically, I couldn't have scripted it any better. We're in a beautiful gazebo here, lots of beautiful scenery around me. But I do want to get to the content. I want to give you some value this morning. As we get into this, it is Sunday. Take a breath and ask yourself, what do you most need today? What is going to serve you today? Do you need some reflection time? Do you need to chill? Have you been going too fast, going too hard? Have you been sitting back? Do you need to plan? We're going to talk about that. Okay, so I murdered my grandmother this morning. What does that even mean? Good morning, Jenna. I'm going to keep this one short today because I'm actually helping a friend, but here we go. That was said by Franklin Delano Roosevelt, arguably one of the greatest presidents in U.S. history, one of the only presidents to serve more than 2 terms as a president. I want to say he served from, I have to dig into my history, 32 to 45. Anyway, 32 to 45, something like that. Anyway, he said this because he was at a reception. And the point here is, do we listen? Are you listening? Here we go. He's at a reception, and all these people are lined up to meet him. They get to there, and he realizes that people aren't really listening, or are they really listening? So he did this experiment. He started to say to them, I murdered my grandmother this morning. So as people were greeting him in line, he starts to say, I murdered my grandmother this morning. And his experiment proved true, that people don't listen because they kept saying, oh, congratulations, you're doing a great job. They didn't even hear the words that were coming out of his mouth. He said, so I murdered my grandmother this morning. You're doing, oh, that's wonderful. Can you imagine? So they weren't listening. Now, maybe they were nervous because they're talking to the president. But anyway, the point is, do we listen? So interestingly enough, it got to the end of the line, and there was an ambassador from Bolivia who was at the end of the line, and he was listening. So he said, so when the FDR said, so I murdered my grandmother this morning, the ambassador from Bolivia must have kind of caught to what was going on. And he said, well, she probably had it coming. So there's the point. Do we listen enough? That's a gross experiment that has a valuable lesson. Do we listen, or are we thinking about what we're going to say? Now, in this context, I could give the people some slack. They're probably nervous. They're probably thinking, what am I going to say when I get up to the president of the United States? Like, what am I going to say? So they might have been nervous when they got to him. And maybe that's why they were so scripting in their head that they didn't even listen to what he said. But the point is well taken. Do we listen enough? And the next thing I want to give you is that to extract something from that time period, obviously we had the Great Depression. We had the crash of 29 into the Great Depression. FDR was the president. And historians look back, and when they look at FDR, there was 3 things that really hold true that we can draw from today. The 3 R's. And that is, he wanted to give relief to the poor. He wanted to give relief to the poor. He wanted to create recovery for the unemployment, the workforce. And then lastly, the last R was reform. You wanted to reform things so that it would never happen again. I think that's a great message today. If you look at your own life, where do you need relief? Where do you need relief? Where do you need to recover? And where do you need to reform so that said circumstance, lifestyle, money situation, relationship situation never happens again? Relief, reform, recover. And then you throw in that nice anecdote. So I murdered my grandmother this morning to test to see if people were listening, and they were not listening. But the ambassador from Bolivia was listening and said, I guess she had it coming because he caught what was going on in FDR's gross experiment that he did with the people that were greeting him in the reception line. I'm going to keep it short today, and I want to propose, let's extract the lessons here. One, can we listen more today? Can we look people in the eye and listen and really hear what they're saying before we're preparing our response? Good morning, Mandy. And then, can we create that relief, recovery, and reform in our lives? And then lastly, to connect the dots, it's a great time to reflect, refresh, and set an incredible intention between now and the end of the year. What is your intention between now and the end of the year? I really want you to commit. If you're in the community and you'd like me to do a process that you can go to reflect, we can entertain that on our Zoom call. We have a Zoom call tomorrow night with a lot of our team, and I'd like to invite you in on that tomorrow night if you want to be a part of our team and really jump in. I really want you to take this seriously. I really want you to pay attention and be conscious. Most people live perfunctory lives. We're perfunctory in our approach, which means we're just superficial, unthinking, coasting. And the only way we can break that hypnotism is if we really step out. We really step out and look at what's going on. Where are we going here? What do we truly want? Am I living my highest intention? Am I reaching my full potential? And I really want that for you. I'm going to end this now because I have a commitment, but I'll try to maybe come back to you later, or if you'd like to jump into our community and do more, we're going to be doing a call tomorrow night with our team. We got some things we're planning, and we really want to build a great community, a powerful community where people get accountability, coaching, community that leads to a transformation. And we are building that, and we want that for you. Coaching's not enough. Learning information is not enough. We need to harness the power of incredible community. So that's what I have for you today. Grab something today. Listen to this anecdotal story that's kind of funny. And let me just grab your shares. Step up. Have a blessed day. All is safe travels. Thank you very much. Looking forward to the call tomorrow night. Reflect, refresh, set an incredible committed intention. Yes. Energy alignment. Mandy, thank you for showing up today. Relief, recovery, reform. Good morning, everyone. This is Austin. This is Meet Me in the Morning. And again, just make sure you check in with yourself today. See what you most need. I really want you to do that today. Promise me you'll do that. Promise me you're going to take time today. Promise me you're going to do that. You're going to take time and to really maybe reflect, get some downtime, create some stillness, and begin to set that intention, set that intention, set that intention. Will you do it today? Type in the word, okay, check. Type in the word yes, if you will. This is Austin. This is Meet Me in the Morning. I'm going to say bye for now, and maybe I'll be back at you later. Have a great Sunday, everyone.